Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat, and it's now time for us to finish the second heroic upgrade of our second Jade Cargill. We've already got the Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the John Cena, Kalani Jordan, Julius Creed, Johnny Gargano, JC Jane, and Jimmy Uso. And coming up next, this is the very last event of Dual Tier. Next up is our last team event of Dual Tier, which is going to be a Team Road to Glory, and it is going to give you the phenomenal AJ Styles. There he is. And there you get to see everything that you also get. You get Chad Gable, Papa Django, Karrion Kross, Ultimate Warrior, Braun Strowman, Seth Rollins, and of course, AJ Styles. My voice was going a little bit there. And we also have some other things that we need to go ahead and do, like getting our fusion of today. Let's see what today's fusion is going to consist of. It is a Roxanne Perez. I believe that is an F1, which is very nice going into WrestleMania 41 tier. WrestleMania 41 tier will drop this Wednesday, so that is something to look forward to. And oh, right, okay, she is currently being leveled up in the Performance Center. That's why we can't fortify one at the moment. We'll maybe do that a little bit later on. Before we jump into Heroic Road to Glory, let's go ahead and grab our daily streak rewards. We managed to complete the entire daily streak this week. So we get our 500 super coins. That was the last reward. And for completing the entire daily streak, we get both the Alex Shelley dual card, which is a support that gives plus charisma to deck, and we also get the dual Chris Sabin. So it's pretty cool that it gives you the Motor City machine guns. We've got both Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley as dual cards, and we've got Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley both as support cards. Alex Shelley gives charisma to deck, and Chris Sabin gives speed to deck. So it is pretty cool to see them doing that. I hope they continue doing things like that in the future with the daily streaks. I think it's a very, very cool little concept. Give you, a little support card, give you a little card of the current tier, and I think it's very, very nice. Yeah, I am pleased with it. Over in the store, we have a bonus free pack that gives you a 10% chance at a Good Boy Pharaoh, and it's also going to give us 5 rare to draft picks, which gives us another chance at getting big old Kevin Owens, which we still have not yet pulled, the limited edition Kevin Owens, or the Kevin Owens t-shirt, which we also have not yet pulled. My good friend, the Big Boss Man, has managed to pull 2 limited edition Kevin Owens. So you can pull more than one off the draft board if you are incredibly lucky. Though it does not currently seem like we are getting anywhere. And one last one, let's go for this one at the top. And nope, we did not get it once again. And I think we can just dust each of these. I don't think we need any of them. We also have our hype train that we can do. Let's see if we can get anything cool off of this. So we're trying to hit the numbers either 18 or 19. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put the 6 and the 7 up to the top. Because if we get another 6, or I think a 6 or a 7 actually. No, just a 6, then that would be enough. 5 will also be enough, but we're going to keep the 5 just in case it gives us a larger card. Okay, so we got a 6, so that's good. That one is Hype 2. And I'm going to put the 6 down here. And we're going to put the 2 5s together so that if it gives us an 8, then we still... yeah, we can still win with that. So I'm confident that middle one can become a Hype 2. I'm not entirely sure about the bottom one. It comes down to luck. So an 8 is enough. And 6, 6, 7 is also enough. So we've managed to get the Hype 6. We've got the maximum amount of Hype. And let's go ahead and claim that. Well, we got a dual card. We got 2 dual cards. We got another American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. And we got another Stardust. That is huge. 2 massive, massive pulls in a row there. That is very, very cool to see. Those are well worth grabbing. So as you can see in Hype Train, if we go down to the 6th one, the Hype Count 6. Oh, I thought it gave you the information. Does it not? Does it not give you the percentage chance? Oh, I thought it did. Maybe I'm mistaken. But it contains 3 of the following, and we managed to get the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and Stardust. So that is very cool. Now we should be able to fortify our Stardust. And that is a fortified 1. Now I don't think we can actually combine the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes because he is already F3. So that is actually our 6th American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, which is astonishing. Our 2 best cards are the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and the F3 John Cena, and that is largely because of their equipment. That is what is bringing them up. So those are currently our 2 best cards, and you can see the order of the rest of them as well. The F1 Stardust should be overtaking the dashing Cody Rhodes now that it's became an F1 as well. So that is going to be pretty cool when that happens. We need to get rid of some cards, so now I think is a good time to go ahead and train up our Roxanne Perez just a little bit. We're not going to use the Roxanne Perez, obviously, that would be absolutely ridiculous. But we will go ahead and use all of these. And that is going to be plus 20 levels. And how close does that get us? Still has a little way to go. Can we use something else? That would be 8 levels. That wouldn't be enough. No, I think we're just going to leave the Roxanne Perez as she is just now. We'll do that a little bit later on. I mean, I don't really have any reason to keep this. It's just really strange that we've got 6 of them. So, maybe I'll keep it just in case we pull another one. But even that seems a bit crazy because our down arrows are so good. Let me just show you our down arrows. So you can see that our top 4 down arrows are the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, Penta, Stone Cold, and Damian Priest. Following that is the Dashing Cody Rhodes and Stardust. Then it's LA Knight. And, well, I'm just hoping to get a Fusion Pro of our CM Punk. Pretty much just for the animation. Because I don't think the Fusion Pro is actually going to surpass any of these special edition cards. But with that all said, folks, I think it is now time. I think we have wasted just enough time to get into the heroic road to glory. And we will do the last 20 points here. And let me just check and see if I have any draft picks. No, I don't. Okay, well then I think we're just going to buy 2 of these. We're just going to buy 1 point doubler. And we're going to take this one on. It is McBaldy we are against. And we will start off with Rey Mysterio. And then Cena against Shawn Michaels. I believe those 2 have clashed. Ricky Starks against Stone Cold. I believe those 2 have not clashed. And then it is Sol Ruka. Wow, I don't think she was beating that Chelsea Green. That was a lot of charisma that she got. The tag team of Bianca Belair and Bayley against Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Oh, those 2 won't work together, my goodness. Male tag team of Booker T and Damian Priest. Now there's another tag match, which is going to be the Final Boss and John Cena working together against Gunther and Seth Rollins. I could see a point in the future where The Rock and John Cena team up. I mean, ideally, preferably before John Cena retires, but that would be interesting to see. Alexa Bliss is taking on Rhea Ripley. And then we have Stardust. Then we're going to go for Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, what? The Bionic Redneck. Now Penta is taking on Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And then the last one is Male Tag Charisma, which is Jey Uso and R-Truth, going up against Hacksaw Jim Duggan and AJ Styles. Now let's see if we can get a point doubler from our draft picks here. Fortunately not, so we're just going to have to buy one more. It's only 10 credits. I don't think it's going to exactly break the bank. Now I want to check here. Let's go ahead. Oh, we've got another 15 draft picks here. We'll go ahead and grab that. See if we can save ourselves 10 credits. And oh, we've still got to do the super moves. And that gives us another bonus chance at another American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. My goodness. And we need to play 4 more games to get the final 5 rare draft picks. So we can only play, well, I guess I could play 2 games. And then have to play 2 games of Money in the Bank. Weirdly, this might make me want to just play the last 2 games. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that then. So, first of all, I'm going to go into Edit Deck and make sure that everything is all exactly as it's supposed to be. I'm going to change this to Raquel Rodriguez. And I'm going to change this to Speed and Charisma. Oh, Soruka is up here because she's got the surfboard. That is what is bringing her up to this level. I was curious. And is the F3 Booker T our weakest card? It is, yeah. Finn Balor is just a little bit weaker than him. So that is all correct. Alright, everything's all set up. Let's go ahead and play another 2 games of Road to Glory. Then we might even play some Money in the Bank. So we're going to go ahead and use our super move here. If for no other reason than to try and get those last few super moves done. For a chance at a 7th American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, which we do not need. Yeah, my voice was a little bit dry there. We're just getting a little drink. Don't know if you'd notice or tell. I really like this Stone Cold Steve Austin. The title image is very, very cool. I would like to see them do things like that in the future. They did the same with the Liv Morgan, with her with the women's title over her shoulder. I think it would be a cool incentive if battle passes just come with a title image. Let's go ahead and use our John Cena here. Also, since we are coming close to WrestleMania, I would like to know from the Grand Cat Grand Fleet, that's all of you out there watching these videos, I would like to know from each of you, what matches are you most excited about for WrestleMania 41? For me, I think it really comes down to the triple threat match between Seth Rollins, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. And the other one that I'm very, very excited for is the John Cena versus Cody Rhodes world title match. Because I think it could have some huge implementations. What am I trying to say here? Some huge... oh my god. I have forgotten a word. I'll admit, I have only just woken up. I was awake until very, very late at night, so my brain's not entirely turned on yet. Implications. Yes, I think it'd have some very, very interesting implications for the WWE. If John Cena were to win, don't know why I forgot the word implications for a while there. It's strange, this kind of thing only happens when I am recording or when I'm live streaming. It is almost like there's a certain part of the brain that just turns off and goes into commentator mode. So I can understand why the likes of Michael Cole and Jim Ross on occasion make mistakes when they are calling a match, even though they're like, obviously I knew that. There was a point where, a very famous point, where Undertaker is going for a chokeslam on someone, and Jim Ross is like, tombstone, 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 and then you just hear a little bit of silence where like King is obviously like off the mic, like saying something. He's like, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, I was just hoping for a tombstone. It's so nonsense. So, yeah, I can absolutely understand that now. But of course, as a young kid, I was like, what? I could be a better commentator than Jim Ross. And as an adult, I am like, absolutely not. Jim Ross is the best. Bar none. Actually, that's a good question. Who do you think is the best commentator of all time? Or the best commentary team of all time? I was quite fond of Taz. He had quite a lot of interesting things that he would say. Taz's Tale of the Tape as well. I think in my opinion it's probably Jim Ross. I think Paul Heyman is up there as well. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have got our second heroic upgrade of our Jade Cargill. That is now done. Now we just need to get her pro'd, preferably in time for WrestleMania 41 tier coming out. She should be our strongest female. Let's go and go ahead and dust those. Obviously, always check to make sure that your event card is not in there. Shouldn't be there, but just in case. And the event ends in 4.5 hours. My goodness, we are getting close to it. Remember that Reward Mania is still ongoing. The next reward is going to give you a chance at a WWE 2K25 Roman Reigns card, which I haven't even got yet, so I would not mind getting that just for the image. And then it is going to be the Liv Morgan, which I have one of, so getting one of those would be a pro. Now, let's go ahead and use the rest of our draft board. And we can dust all of that. I don't think there's anything there that we really need. And it gives us a rare to draft pick, which gives us another chance at pulling the Kevin Owens on camera. That'd be very cool if we could do so. Unfortunately not. It was merely a Royal Rumble Nikki Cross, which is not quite the same. Although, we do have the 100 objective counters. But I think I'm going to hold on to the 100 objective counters until we reach WrestleMania 41 tier. Because those rewards should upgrade to WrestleMania 41 rewards once we get into the new WrestleMania 41 tier. At least I hope they will. I think they should. So I'd be very surprised if they don't. So now we're going to do 2 Money in the Bank games. We're going to edit our deck because, my goodness, our deck is quite a bit abysmal. Let's go ahead and just autofill that. And we'll change this over to Raquel Rodriguez, which is slightly better. We'll change this over to Speed and Charisma. And are these our best cards? Booker T is just a little bit better than R-Truth when R-Truth doesn't have the Lexus King equipment. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure why R-Truth had the Lexus King equipment on. That is unusual. But yes, everything else is all correct. Okay, I think we should be fairly confident on this. So let's go ahead and play 2 games of Money in the Bank. That will also give us some rarity draft picks, which will give us another chance at the limited edition Kevin Owens. And then that will be it for this little video. So the first one is going to be Power. Power or Speed, sorry. And who are we going to go with here? They are all very, very strong, actually. But I think we're going to go with Booker T. And I think Booker T is going to take on Macho Man Randy Savage. Macho Man Randy Savage or Finn Balor. I think I'm going to go for the Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah. And even with that, our F3 Booker T should be enough. Next one is going to be Toughness and Charisma. The only ones we want to look at are the +5s. So it's either going to be Jacob Fatu or going to be Gunther. Der Ring General. And now Toughness and Charisma. I think it's going to be Jacob Fatu we're against. And we are going to use Damien Priest. Realistically, we shouldn't have any problems here. So the next one is going to be Toughness and Speed or Toughness and Charisma. Well, if both of them are going to be Toughness, then it's going to have to be a big old Stone Cold, the toughest SOB on the planet. With 54,000 Toughness, he very well might be. So the next one's going to be Power and Charisma and Speed and Charisma. So we want someone with a lot of Charisma. And who is more charismatic than the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes? And he is going to take on the Gunther, the other World Champion. It's going to be the WWE Champion against the World Champion, which American Nightmare Cody Rhodes should have no problems. And the last one's going to be Power and Speed or Power and Toughness. And I think that is going to be Ricky Starks that's going to be taking on Stone Cold to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. And there we go. And we just need to do one more Money in the Bank. And that will give us our rarity draft picks. And here we go. Okay, we've got a good selection of wrestlers. So the only +5 here is Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And for Power and Charisma, well, I think any of these guys could win. But we're going to go with the Dashing Cody Rhodes because he is, I think, our weakest card. Which is crazy to say that the SE Dashing Cody Rhodes is the weakest card among our cards here. Next one is going to be Toughness and Speed, which is either going to be Kevin Owens or Shinsuke Nakamura. And I think we're going to go with Kevin Owens. And for Toughness and Speed, we're going to go with our Damien Priest. He shouldn't have any issues there. Next one is Power and Toughness and Charisma. Well, if it comes down to toughness, there's no one tougher than big old Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's going to prove that by taking on the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, just as he did at WrestleMania 14's main event to start off the Attitude Era. For my money, that's where the Attitude Era started, was at WrestleMania 14. Other people disagree. Other people think that it happened at various different points. They think that it happened at the Montreal Screwjob. They think that it might have happened at other different points where Stone Cold and Rock started the feud, things like that. But I think that the real Attitude Era starts, some people even say King of the Ring where Stone Cold won, but I think the Attitude Era starts when Stone Cold wins the world title, and that kicks off the feud between Stone Cold and Vince McMahon, and I think that is the start of the Attitude Era. Many people disagree. There's no real point of that you can say, oh, this is 100% the start of the Attitude Era. It's just down to interpretation. Now, big match, John Cena is going to take on Seth freaking Rollins. And now it's either going to be Stardust or the final boss, The Rock, and it's going to be the final boss, The Rock, that is going to get revenge on Seth Rollins for last year's WrestleMania. And there we go. And let's go ahead and get these draft picks out of the way. We got the objective complete for playing the event. We'll go ahead and dust those. And now we have some last rarity draft picks to get our final little chance at pulling the limited edition Kevin Owens with these 5 additional rarity draft picks. So let's come out here, get into the rarity draft board, and let's see if we can get lucky. So there's number 1. We didn't get it. Here's number 2. You can tell by the lines on the outside if it's white, then it is not the limited edition one. Those turn kind of purple and kind of rainbowy colour when it is the limited edition. This is number 3. We have 2 picks remaining. Let's go for this one in the bottom right corner. That one is number 4. We've got 1 last pick here. Let's go for this one in the bottom left. And unfortunately we did not get it at all. Not that time either. So let's go ahead and we will dust all 5 of these, which will bring us a little bit closer to 1 more rare draft pick. And there we go. I think that is going to be it. There is obviously the prize fighter bundle that gives you a 25% chance at the Kevin Owens and a 50% chance at the Kevin Owens Panda t-shirt, and also gives you 10 rare draft picks. But for £33.69, I don't really want to go paying that amount of money. Instead, I am going to wait until the shop refreshes itself in 2 hours and 20 minutes. We'll see what other special things show up. I'm hoping that we will see the little pack that's the thing that if you buy all 10 packs for 8,550 credits, it guarantees you the limited edition Kevin Owens. And if that's the case, then I might do that. I might buy some credits to get myself up to that point and just see what we get from the special credits as well. Because the special credits pack is £13.49 and it gives you 3,500 credits. And to buy 3,500 credits normally, well, £13.49 only gets you 2,600 credits. So it gives you an additional 900 credits and also gives you a special, well, 2 special little cards. As you can see there, the percentage chances are fairly abysmal. A 0.2% chance to get Triple H, and so on and so forth. You're more likely to get something from the earlier seasons, like from Inferno, or, well, that's also still Inferno, or Feral, or Legion, or so on. So I think that is going to be it for this little video, folks, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.